In 1755, a philosopher named Immanuel Kant looked up at the sky and saw mysterious objects that he would call spiral nebulae. He thought these objects were other universes, so far away from the Milky Way that you would need to invent new measurements of distance to describe them. Just like our universe was filled with stars and planets, so too were these spiral nebulae, so he called them island universes. Of course, he wasn't entirely wrong. The spirals he saw were faraway clouds containing stars and planets, but they weren't separate universes. They were faraway galaxies. So what made people think they were separate universes? It's because they believed that the furthest they could see at the time was the edge of the universe, a mistake humans have literally always made, and something I touched on in my last video, the digital life experiment. It's for that reason that the term universe is more than likely being used incorrectly by almost everyone today. And this is illustrated by a very simple point. What if there is more stuff in the universe than what was created in the Big Bang? If that's true, the word universe can no longer apply to our cosmos, a word which I will use as a substitute for everything created in the Big Bang. The word universe means all that exists. So when we talk, even hypothetically, about alternate or parallel universes, it's like saying we are all that exist, except for these other things that also exist. Obviously, an entirely separate set of spacetime with its own Big Bang, filled with its own galaxies and stars and planets, needs to have its own name, but to call it a separate universe is akin to calling other galaxies island universes. It makes no sense. The word universe means to turn into one. No matter what we ever discover, there can, by definition, never be more than one universe. It's like if you're a stamp collector and you manage to collect all the stamps in the world. You have all the stamps that exist. And then astronauts find another planet completely filled with stamps for some reason. That planet wouldn't contain another group of all the stamps that exist. You would simply expand your circle of all the stamps that exist to include them. If and when we discover a new iteration of spacetime, or even just discuss alternate realities, we're doing ourselves a disservice by calling them universes. They aren't a separate set of all that exists. They simply expand our circle of all that exists. Why does this matter? Because language shapes our reality. If we think our cosmos is all there is, and we try to think outside of that, we force ourselves to imagine something that doesn't exist, which of course will lead to a dead end. By separating the notion of all that exists from all that was created in the Big Bang, we open our minds to an entirely new way of thinking about reality. Maybe that there are laws of physics or entirely separate dimensions that transcend spacetime, which have yet to be discovered. No one alive today can say whether or not there is anything outside of our cosmos. At the same time, there's no evidence to support the notion that our cosmos are everything that exists. It's basically 50-50, except for the knowledge that we've never been correct about the size of the universe in the past. Rather than make the same mistakes as our ancestors, it would be wiser to accept the notion that we really don't know how big the universe is, and we should stop using the word universe unless we really mean all that exists.